Hey everyone, this is Robert with Exploring the Local Life. Today we are going to make a cappuccino using our Bialetti mocha pot. What we're going to need, of course, is your coffee beans. Here we have some coffee beans roasted by Trilogy Coffee in DeLand, Florida. We have a coffee grinder, which is a little bit overcomplicated and I'm not too pleased with it. As mentioned, our Bialetti mocha pot. We have some milk that we're going to heat up in the microwave, and of course a couple coffee mugs.
This episode of Exploring the Local Life is brought to you by RVwithme.com. They connect RVers and landowners. RV owners can enter their desired destination and a list of nearby locations will appear. Landowners or RV park owners can list their sites and have RVers find them. That's RVwithme.com.
Last but not least, when you're making a cappuccino espresso inside of your RV and your tight space for tools, you always, of course, have to make sure you have your drill with you. So with that said, let's get started. First things first, let's grind up some coffee beans. We're going to take our coffee grinder here, take off the lid, put a generous amount of coffee beans in there. What we have today is from Trilogy Coffee, Ethiopia Limu natural coffee beans, raspberry, tangerine, strawberry with a grapefruit finish. These were roasted back in July 26th. Oh, you can smell that. Let's see if we can see some of these beans. Just gorgeous coffee beans. I'm just going to grind away. So, there we grind our espresso roast coffee. Alright, so we're going to disassemble our Bialetti mocha pot so we can get in here. First, what I like to do is fill the reservoir with water. I've already pre-measured the reservoir water that I'm going to need. Now, it also has a blow-off valve, so when you fill it up, you don't want to cover the valve. You want to be just below it if you're going to use the full 6 espresso cups. I already have it pre-measured, as I said. And next, we're going to add coffee to the filter basket. It's going to get a little bit messy, and I'm not too fastidious about keeping things clean because I can just clean it up later. Let's see what's best here. Now this coffee maker makes enough for 6 cups of espresso, and most of the time you are not going to be drinking 6 cups of espresso. But for presentation purposes, we're going to go ahead and use it. We have a smaller espresso maker, a Bialetti mocha pot as well. That is perfect for when we're just trying to charge ourselves up. Leveling it off. What you simply want to do is, once you have your coffee in the filter cup basket and then you have your water reservoir, put it in nice and easy. Make sure your bowl is clean. And just screw it together. The system depends entirely on heating water and generating steam to push it through to have the steam push water through the espresso cup and into the mocha pot. So when it's heated, the steam will drive the water up through the central passage through the filter cup, and then it will pour into the bowl. So we're underway. We're going to wait for it to start to heat up, and then we're going to, in the meantime, heat up some milk. And always make sure that you empty your microwave. Oh, Jessica! Did you keep the cat from eating that? I typically heat, when I'm making just 1 cup of a cappuccino for me or something like that, I just heat up the milk for about 50 seconds and go from there. Most cappuccino is steamed, the steamed milk, but you know, if you're going to be living in an RV, you're not going to have, well, you might have space for a full-on cappuccino machine, and that's fine, but we have to find shortcuts around some of these things sometimes. And what we're going to do with the milk, we're going to whip it up so that when it's ready and the coffee's ready, we can have a nice foamy cappuccino. And as the water's gotten hotter, it starts to drive the water up through the filter with the steam inside the water reservoir, and out comes this gorgeous coffee. So as the coffee starts to fill up and you start to see the foaming, you're going to want to go ahead and turn off the heat, cover this up because it might spit at us, and our coffee is ready to go. So we're going to pull it off the burner. Now if you like sugar with your coffee, what I like to go ahead and do is actually sweeten the milk that I'm going to be using with my coffee first. Once we have in there, we're going to go ahead and whip up the milk, which is already hot, so we want to be careful that we don't get it everywhere. And that's why I've chosen a jar with a big old bowl here so that we minimize any splash out. So now that we've beaten the milk into submission, we're going to bring out the coffee. Look at this gorgeous coffee that we just ground and have brewed using our espresso mocha pot from Bialetti. So that's how you can go about making your cappuccino in your travel trailer, your RV, your fifth wheel, or your Airstream. Let's see. Nothing like a good coffee.